Hey everybody, it's April. Did you know that plank is a great way to energize yourself if you're feeling a little out of sorts and lackluster? I'm going to talk to you about why when we start planking. So I'm going to start on forearms and then I'll switch around a little bit. If you're starting on forearms, wrap your hands around your biceps so you know you have the right distance between your arms. Forearms come out in front of you. You can interlace your fingers if you like. Pull your shoulders down your back, then lift your upper back, lift your chest, pull in your belly, come up on your toes, shift your weight forward slightly. The timer has begun. And then you want to do all of that again. Press into the floor again, separate your shoulders. My dress is a little tight on my arms. Pull in your belly. Pretend like somebody punched you in the stomach. That's how much you're activating your abs while you're planking. Tighten up your glutes. That's also going to help you tighten up your abs. Press your heels back, and you've got it going on. So you may feel like, plank may seem like it's a little bit draining, but it's actually energizing you while you're planking. So sometimes you have to think about how you're going to feel after rather than during, because I will acknowledge sometimes plank can seem really difficult and you really have to tell yourself to keep going. But it's that after that you're going for. It's what is going to happen to your body, your mind, everything when you're done. So we're at 1 minute. I'm going to switch to my hands. You don't have to switch if you don't want to. If you do switch, make sure you come back into that good form. So pressing your hands into the floor, pulling in your belly, tightening up your glutes. Everything's activated and everything's energized. And that's going to help you when you're done, that you're going to feel better. So plank actually helps lift your spirits. I know while you're doing it, you may not feel so happy and content, but when you're done, you will. For one thing, if you decide to hold plank and start increasing your time, and maybe your goal is to hold for a minute, once you do that, that accomplishment is going to feel so good. And that's going to be energizing for you. It's something you almost want to tell everybody about because it's an accomplishment and you feel so good about it. And you're also, of course, increasing or improving your core strength. We're at 2 minutes. I'm going to switch back to my forearms. Actually, I'm going to do side plank on my forearm. So if you do side plank on your forearm, try to stack your feet. Maybe you could bring your top foot in front of you if you have trouble with balance while you're doing this. Lift your hips, reach your top arm to the sky. I'm a little bit congested today in case you haven't noticed. So that's making me clear my throat. Sorry. Excuse me, that wasn't very pretty, was it? But working your core strength, we're at 2:30, I'm going to switch sides, helps with everyday activities, and it's going to improve your endurance. And when you know that you are able to do your everyday activities easier, better, and without feeling like a little weakling, that's going to help energize you as well. Remember, press your forearm into the floor, actively lifting your hips. You're really working your obliques in side plank. So we're coming up on 3 minutes. I'm switching back to my hands, pulling down my dress. And I'm going to stay here. I think I'll just hold the last 2 minutes on my hands. So think about, and it's going to make you happy that you can do those things because your core is going to be so much stronger. Remember, your core is your abs. It's also your obliques. It's your lower back. You're strengthening everything. It's your glutes. You're also boosting your metabolism. And that's very beneficial when you're able to burn calories. Plank also helps calm the brain. So that's a good thing. So even though, you're energizing, you're calming your brain, and that's going to make you feel more energized. I know sometimes if I'm driving and I feel really, really tired, like I really get the yawns, if I pull over and plank, we're at 4 minutes. I feel so energized afterwards because you're working everything, you're getting everything going, and you're energizing your brain also by thinking, focusing, concentrating. And that's good for your brain. You want to keep things active. I say it many, many times, but if you don't use it, you will lose it. And that's the same thing with your plank. If you work up to a minute plank and then you say, well, I'm done, I worked up to a minute. You'll have to work up to it all over again if you decide to take it up. Or if you worked up to a 5-minute plank, it's the same thing. When I first started years ago working up to a 5-minute plank, I would work up to it during Planksgiving and then not do it anymore. And then I had to work up to it again the next year. And so when I started doing it during COVID, I've just kept doing it, and here we are several years later. We're at 5 minutes. Woo! Doesn't the time fly when we're planking? We're having so much fun. So think about energizing yourself if you start feeling in a slump or, again, feeling kind of pooped out or like you don't have any energy. Get up and do a plank, and you will feel, it's at 5:15 now, you will feel more energized. I guarantee it. Have a great day.